Hey everybody, and welcome to this week's video. As you can tell, I might look a little bit different this week. Ended up accidentally shaving off part of my mustache with a different guard that I hadn't used before, and ended up having to wipe off the entire thing. So I apologize in advance for my baby face. But this week, what I want to talk to you about is actually something a little controversial in the church, and it has been for decades and really much longer than that. And that's music in the church. What kind of praise and worship should we be doing? Do we need to stick with hymns? Is it okay to go to the modern praise and worship, quote unquote, praise and worship music? Is it okay to do Southern gospel? Is it okay to let rap, Christian rap now, not just any rap, but Christian rap with Christian lyrics into the church? And this is a topic that has divided so many churches. You've seen so many split. People leave churches that have gone to a more modern setting with their music. And you've seen it on the other side where people have left because the church has refused to go away from the old style hymns in search of a church that is doing the modern style stuff. So you have it going both ways. And it seems that both sides, they always point at each other. You know, the praise and worship and the hymns will go to Southern gospel and say, well, you know, you're all about the performance, and you know, you're looking back and it's like, okay, well, praise and worship music, a lot of these bigger churches, they're using hazers and smoke machines and lasers and lights. So there's the showiness there. And then you have the issue with the hymns that comes up oftentimes, that it's just dry, it's stagnant, it's stale. There's no passion for the music when you sing. It's just to check off that, hey, we sang a hymn this Sunday. But the truth of the matter is, any of those are fine. The problem is the heart. Any one of those can be about performance. Any one of those can be about all kinds of things other than God. And that's where there's the problem. If it's not for God, when we come to church and we go into praise and worship, it's about Him. It doesn't matter what style of music that it is. If the lyrics are about Him and lifting Him up and proclaiming His name, that's what it's all about. That is all that it is about Him. It's not about us. When we come to worship, we're not worshiping each other. We're not worshiping ourselves. It's for God. I can't remember who said this, but here recently I really liked what was said. And it's true that during a church service, the only time that we really truly dedicate to God, other than when we're praying, is praise and worship time. Because when we're learning from the Word, that's for us. We're taking it in to learn, to glean, and to grow. But the only time that we're really just giving it all to God and not taking anything for ourselves is during praise and worship. It's supposed to be for Him. And so I challenge you in your thinking that if you are an old schooler and you just want to sing the old hymns from the book, I challenge you this. The literal definition, I'm actually going to cheat and look at my iPad, but the literal definition of a hymn is a religious song or a poem of praise to God. So if all of these other songs are praising God, then by definition, they are hymns as well. It's a song that is written to God, for God. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing hymns. There are plenty of them that I love. A lot of the problem that my generation has with them is the checking it off. But man, when you get into a church service with somebody that is singing from their heart and their soul, man, it's it's infectious. It's infectious. And it's the same thing with the praise and worship. It's the same thing with all of it. And you've got to understand my heart. I sing a little bit of everything, except I don't rap because I don't have that. I'm not good at it. Don't ask me to do it. But I want to challenge our thinking on this so that we can come together and stop trying to cause so much division and quarreling amongst ourselves. And you as a pastor, you have to decide through a lot of prayer and knowing your church and what God wants you to move in as far as the music goes. And when you set on it and go. But let's stop trash talking each other and the style of music that we like, the way that we like to worship and the way that we like to praise. Because one thing that I will warn my generation of, as much as I really, really, really do appreciate and enjoy the modern praise and worship, one day the music will change, the style will change, and we have to be ready to accept that change when it comes. As long as it's of God and it's singing about godly things, we have to be ready in the future to accept change as well. So let's just be a little bit more understanding of each other, supportive of each other, and understand that I don't have to praise the way you praise, and you don't have to praise the way that I praise. It's okay. As long as it's all going up to God, that's the important thing. But I thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Please, I know I probably sound like a broken record, but please like this video, subscribe, share this on your Facebook if you've got this on Facebook and you're watching us through that. I thank you so much. I pray that you have a blessed week.